Let's talk influencers. We've all seen them. People with thousands or even millions of followers promoting products on social media. But here's the thing. You don't need to work with massive influencers to get results. In fact, that's one of the biggest misconceptions that I'm always trying to clear with my clients. Micro influencers, those with a smaller but more engaged following, can be just as effective, sometimes even more so. So where do we begin? Step 1. Identifying the right influencers. The key to influencer marketing is finding influencers who align with your brand's values and audience. There's no point working with an influencer just because they're popular. They need to resonate with your customers. Use tools like BuzzSumo or Hype Auditor to check out an influencer's engagement rate, not just their follower count. High engagement means their followers are genuinely interested in what they have to say. The next part, or the next step rather, is building relationships. Building relationships with influencers is crucial. You don't want to come across as transactional. Start by interacting with their content. Comment, like, and share their posts. When you reach out, make it personal. Let them know why you think your brand would be a good fit for them and how the partnership could benefit both of you. Once you've established a relationship, it's easier to collaborate in a way that feels authentic rather than just pushing products. Step 3. Creating effective influencer campaigns. Now, when you work with influencers, you have to give them some creative freedom. You might know your brand, but they know their audience. Collaborate on ideas, but trust them to create content that will resonate. I remember when I did a podcast with Khalid Al-Amri, a huge influencer in Dubai, and he told me in our podcast that all the time brands are trying to get him to do the script that they feel would work. But in reality, how do they know what his audience is going to connect with? One of the things that he's been adamant of over the years is letting the brands know, no matter how big they are, that he needs to have that creative freedom, that he needs to have the ability to come up with scripts, to come up with the skits, because without that, it would feel alien to his audience. So just remember that next time you're working with influencers. So I guess the point is, collaborate on ideas, but trust them to create the content that will resonate. Measure the success of your campaign by tracking engagement, website traffic, and sales using promo codes or special links. Always monitor the results and tweak future campaigns based on what worked. And most importantly, if you track these metrics, you will know which influencers you want to re-engage with. And actually, they may end up being brand ambassadors. Now let's talk about the key takeaways. Feel free to make some notes. So look for influencers who align with your brand's values and audience. Build genuine relationships before collaborating. Track your campaigns to ensure you're seeing a return on investment. Now let's take a moment to reflect. Think about your brand. Are there any influencers who would resonate with your audience? Take a moment to list a few names that come to mind that maybe you might want to reach out to at a later stage.